What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with some pretty exciting Destiny 2 Beyond Light news, and we do have a new story trailer for the expansion, so finally we get a bit more of a tease as to what some of the story in Beyond Light is going to be about, but also, of course, a bunch of really cool cinematics, alongside a very lengthy trailer as well. And then Bungie jump in and break down some of the characters that are going to be a key focus in the Beyond Light expansion, how they interact with various parts of the Destiny universe in terms of story, new elite enemies, factions, and various other things that we'll break down in the video. So guys, I hope you enjoy this one as always, and if you do, a rating down below very much helps us out. But now, let's get into it. As always, with a trailer dropping, the first thing you should do is check it out in full. Then of course we'll give it a bit of a breakdown, but initially, here is the full thing.
Chains! For centuries we have been bound by them. We have become pawns of our own devices. No longer!
Darkness walks among us. We are all in great danger. My kind must survive. Please, send help.
Where is the signal coming from?
Here, Europa.
Wait!
Old friend, these powers, they are changing you.
Aramis's presence on Europa is not happenstance. Obsession propelled her here.
Our enemies stand no chance against this power. The great machine will finally know our pain.
Now obviously the trailer kind of speaks for itself. One of the first things that really stood out to me is the kind of graphic style. Pretty sure the folks that worked on the Forsaken stuff also worked on these cinematics with Bungie, and it would appear that we're going to get a very similar level of cinematic depth inside of this expansion as well. But of course we see Aramis referring to the darkness and the power they found on Europa, but also the Traveler and the Guardians and those kind of painful interactions for the Fallen. But of course we get very cool shots of Europa itself, and then additional shots with Variks, and obviously these are going to be specific parts of the Beyond Light story that we'll actually experience in the game. Again, very much this standout element. With the amount of content they've showed in the trailer, I would assume the Beyond Light is going to be fairly cinematic. I'm sure fans of the story are going to be very excited right now. So give us your thoughts on the trailer itself, and I'll link it in full down below if you want to check it out. But Bungie do give a few additional bits of context for the story and some of the characters in Beyond Light. So on the website, they list the coming storm. A growing divide echoes in our collective unconscious. Precious gifts bestowed by the Traveler. Unspeakable evil brought forth by the pyramids. As division spreads and distrust grows between alliances long thought unbreakable, the truths we hold dear will be questioned. Is there more to the darkness than we thought? And I suppose that is an overarching question that the Beyond Light story may partially answer, at least, but getting to some of the character profiles, we have Aramis. The deadly Kell of Darkness seeks to restore the glory of her people, to exact revenge on the Traveler for abandoning them, to forge Elixni culture anew, free from the weight of its past. Now imbued with power of stasis, she has found the ultimate tool to achieve her aims. And obviously we get some very cool graphics alongside these characters. But then we have the House Salvation Elites, Aramis's lieutenants, Atrax, Credis, Philax, and Praxis. The highest ranking and most trusted subjects of the fallen Kell of Darkness, skilled stasis wielders. They are as lethal as they are loyal, potent foes who will stop at nothing to advance Aramis's cause. And these are some pretty intriguing enemies right here, potentially some kind of wanted target style boss fights, or even some of the strike content on Europa could feature some of these targets. But then there is Variks, and after helping Aldrin Sov escape the Prison of Elders, Variks has only recently emerged from hiding, an uneasy ally in the fight against Aramis. He is a shrewd opportunist who wants to do good, even if his choices are always suspect. And Variks, especially given the recent history of Variks and even that reference to Aldrin right there, will obviously be a very curious character inside of this expansion. But then we have the Exo Stranger, also very curious, and the mysterious Exo has not been seen since the fall of the Black Garden. With exceptional insight into the future, she has made Europa her home. Her experience will guide Guardians' understanding of the power of stasis. And so it does make sense, but the Stranger especially is going to be a key kind of guide and catalyst for us actually obtaining that power. And then we have Eris Morn as well as the Drifter. And Eris is a survivor of unspeakable horrors, the former hunter who dedicated her life to understanding and defeating the darkness. She now answers the Exo Stranger's call and the lure of stasis. We could see her armor's been a bit updated there, as well as the Drifter, for that new location. Gotta be wrapping up nice and warm. But also it confirms that Eris is distinctly interested in the capabilities of stasis. But then of course the Drifter is the smooth talker, the scavenger and hustler, a light bearer from the earliest days of the Last City. He has long boasted of his connection to the darkness, but for him, it's not a right or wrong, it's about survival. And so plenty of teasers right there for the story that we'll see in Beyond Light. And really that is the core section that they give to us today. And so what do you guys think about the story reveal for the expansion? I guess one of the really interesting elements is how many characters Bungie are including in this story very directly, right? They're going to be very upfront and center as part of the expansion, which in a way does something sort of similar to what we had in vanilla Destiny 2, right? Although I guess the Vanguard was really the focus of that. I'm sure these stories won't really compare, but I guess it is that concept of really focusing on a bunch of NPCs in the world. Definitely helps to build on that sense of the universe in general. But guys, give us your thoughts on what has been revealed today, and as always, be sure to stay tuned here on the channel, get subscribed if you are new, and turn on notifications so I can keep you up to date with the world of Destiny. Pretty awesome trailer today, and of course we also have the weekly reset later on, so stay tuned for that. Of course we do have some server downtime in the game right now. I'm not sure what that's actually for. Bungie didn't announce that they were going to be doing anything specific, because they've also announced that there will be a hotfix later today, but they hadn't given us any details kind of beforehand, which normally they would do, depending on what the actual changes are going to be. So there is some speculation, could we potentially have some secret delivered into the game, some kind of end of season event, something to do with the Ascendant Lens or anything like that. And I guess there is potential that we could see something pretty interesting later on. But I will keep you posted if we get any specific patch notes. And it is worth bearing in mind that otherwise, they could be kind of taking some downtime and things to get ready for the launch of Beyond Light, because that's pretty soon. So a lot of curious stuff happening. And as always, guys, I'll keep you posted here on the channel. But otherwise, thank you very much for tuning in. And whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.